Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Hurricane Eta, but before we start today's video, I want to talk about why I haven't uploaded for a while. So, last week I didn't upload for a little while. I just didn't want to upload for a week, so I just took a week break from uploading. I was about to upload a video, I got all set up and everything, and then I find out my mic wasn't working, so I was trying to fix that for a few days. That's why I didn't have a video during then. But I did post a video saying why I haven't uploaded. I fixed the mic, and now it's working again. So we're back with the videos again. Plan on doing another video probably tomorrow on maybe Hurricane Eta, or we'll talk about a snowstorm coming up tomorrow's video. But today, let's get into the Hurricane Eta video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It helps the channel out. And comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next. Let's get into the video, though. We're looking at the 5-day graphical weather outlook. We see no other storms but Eta. Eta about to hit Central America. So let's talk about Eta. Hurricane Eta is expected to be a major hurricane before hitting land. Hurricane warnings are in effect. And it's expected to be a major hurricane as it hits land. We see some hurricane watches and tropical storm watches up in Mexico, but we're watching a possible major hurricane very soon, and I don't think it's a major hurricane yet, though. Let's look at the wind history of this storm. The wind history, it's been tropical storm force, now hurricane force winds being detected now, so that is some bad news for Central America or Mexico. Let's look at the arrival time for winds. If you are in this area, if it wants to work, the arrival time would be 8 p.m. Monday, so this would be 8 p.m. tonight, the time of recording this video. On November 2nd, 2020. Expected tropical storm forced winds. So, yeah, let's get into the wind speed probabilities here. And we see this is tropical storm forced winds. So, the greens are anywhere from 5 to probably 30% chance of having tropical storm forced winds in a big area of that. The yellows are from 30% to 50% of tropical storm forced winds possible. 50 to, or oranges, 50 to 70% chance of tropical storm forced winds, 70 to 90% chance of the red, then 90%, or the purple is 90%. That's where you're most likely going to see tropical storm forced winds, and we see Mexico getting a little bit of that. Let's look at 50 knots winds. We still have all the way to 90% chance. We see some of these reds on there, of course, some greens showing up. But if you notice that one little area here doesn't have the lighter green, and we see the lighter green come back over here. Does that mean some strengthening is possible when it moves into this area up here? Because we're going to watch that, because if that does happen, there is a possibility this could impact the US. So we're going to watch that very closely. That's why I'm making a video on this today. Let's look at hurricane force winds. We see no 90% chance, but we are seeing some reds, orange, yellows, and of course greens. But we see some greens in this area too, where I said there's possible strengthening possible. We're going to have to watch that right here, because if it does strengthen anywhere in this area, this could move toward the US, even though we can't see the US on here. But we're going to have to watch that very closely. Going to now go to the loop of the storm. We're going to put into play. Usually I only put at the last frame it was at, but look at this storm. It's formed now at I. Formed at I, so this is a strengthening storm trying to move into Central America or Mexico, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, we're going to look at this real quick again. We see there's a possibility this could go up toward like Florida, because we see this curve around like that. So there's a chance it could move toward Florida. It could move like over here. It can move toward like Louisiana, Alabama, like it's been doing. Right now it would be a depression, but we're gonna have to watch this closely. If it does do what they're saying, curving around, it could strengthen back up again. So now let's look at where the models are thinking this is gonna go. Right now, these models are saying it will move in this area. I would watch just this area still too. Florida, I'll still stay on alert. Maybe not as much, but still stay on alert. Because if we look at these spaghetti models, they're thinking it could impact Cuba and then move into Florida. So you're gonna have to watch this closely, or it could like move into this area. Something like that could happen. Because you never know with 2020 or this hurricane season. Here's another model showing where this is gonna go. Possibility for that area. Let's look at the strengthening path of the storm. This is expected to be a Category 3 and then possibly Category 4 before making landfall. But then it's going to go all the way down to tropical storm, even possibly tropical depression. But now they're saying it could go back up to anywhere around this area here. So it could go back to a tropical storm, Cat 1 or Cat 2 possibly, maybe even a Cat 3. I'm not going to say it will or won't, but we're going to have to watch that closely. Let's look at some of these warm waters here. We're seeing quite warm waters for this develop. I'm kind of surprised it developed in that area, because it's not that warm waters. This area isn't that warm as usually tropical or hurricanes need, but we have some at least warm waters, at least a little bit of warm waters in this area. If it does move toward Florida, if this storm does move toward Florida, kind of like this, it's going to be in warm waters and can develop. If it moves into this area up here, like a lot of storms have this year, like Laura, Delta, I think, or not Delta, Zeta has, it'll go into a little bit of cold waters if it moves up to that area. Or if it like moves in this area or moves out of here, that'd be the best for America. But if it moves that way, there'll still be a little bit warm water, but not as warm as it will be if it moves toward Florida. So those are some possible tracks it could go. Let's look at the GFS model of what the anomalies are for these storms. Green is rising air, red is sinking air, or red or green. It's favorable for tropical development. Red is not as favorable for tropical development. We're seeing some greens for some of the Atlantic, or most of the Atlantic. The Gulf of Mexico isn't in the greens, but isn't in the reds. So there's still possible tropical development. Let's go a little bit forward. We're seeing some of these greens still in the Atlantic, and some of the U.S. getting the sinking air. We're going to keep going forward. We're still seeing these greens for the Atlantic, so that means still tropical activity could be possible. We just continue to see greens. Hopefully we don't see any more. Usually tropical activity usually stops, but if we see a lot of rising air, there's still a possibility of still a few more storms possible. We still see some of these rising air near November 7th. Quite a bit of rising air in the Atlantic. And then we continue to see rising air. And then it starts, the reds are starting to come in around like November 18th. That's sinking air. That means it could, tropical activity could be stopping by then, so that'd be good news. Real quick, I want to talk, I want to show one more thing. Actually, I was going to actually talk about something else, then I forgot to, I was going to show off something else. We're going to show off the wind shear. Once I find it on here, here we go. Wind shear, just in case where the storm goes. I'm going to go to November 2nd when I'm recording this video. Like I said, yeah, there we go. Here is November 2nd. Our storm is right here. And it's moving toward this area. We see a little bit of shear here. If it moves up into this area, there will be more shear, and that could keep it from not developing. If it moves up toward this area, there'll be too much shear, and it probably lose strength. Or if it moves to one area over here, there's shear still possible, but not as bad as like it hitting where Laura has. Let's go a little bit forward where some of these tracks could go. We're going to go to around November 3rd. We see some more shear coming in this area. That means the storm might not develop after it hits Mexico. It's still possible, you never know. The shear might not affect it as much as some storms get affected by it. Let's go a little more forward. We still see some of the shear for most of this area. This will probably be still hitting Central America at this time. Keep going forward to November 4th. We see some of the shear trying to clear out when this storm's about to head up Central America or Mexico. Let's keep going forward. But we still see some of the shear. So this could affect the storm if it moves like toward Florida. If it really moves in any of these tracks that I put on the screen here, it probably won't develop into a storm. A strong storm. You see the storm, there's shear still. Right now, we're gonna look at, where this L thing is. This is where the storm is. We'll see it's gonna move into the shear. It could weaken it. There's all shear in the Gulf, so most likely this will not develop, into a strong storm unless if it goes into this area near like November 8th, but it'll probably be gone by then. And then by November 10th, we see less shear in the Gulf. That means anything can develop and could develop. So we're going to have to watch that, because something could develop anytime then, and the model is thinking a storm could develop around like November 15th, but we've seen that a few times and it hasn't. Nothing has happened. Let's look at something else I want to show off in this video. We'll probably talk about this more tomorrow if we talk about it in tomorrow's video, whatever it is. But we're going to talk about this snowstorm that's possible. We're going to look at it. There's some snow possible for this area here. We're going to go fast on this because it's already been 13 minutes. We're going to see some snow for Idaho, Montana, possibly. Continuing snow for this area. Snow hitting North and South Dakota. Then we see some snow develop near November 9th, near like Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, Wyoming. And then continuous snow in this area for possibly a day or two, maybe 3. Some storms hit. And then the snow moves out of the area. How much snow can we see from that storm there? Depends. I really do disagree with this model here saying how much of this is saying, but I want to show this off because if it does happen, it could, but it's very unlikely. 20 inches of snow seen from the storm could happen. I really disagree with this model saying 20 inches. 20 inches would be like too much. I don't think there'd be that much. That's a very low possibility. If we look at the snow amount in a different model, this one would just say 5 to 6 inches, and I agree with more with that than the other model said. Then the GFS Para model, saying near 2 to 5 inches. I agree with that, but GFS I think is just Said it. I just think it's very unlikely for that to happen. That much snow to happen just in that area. So I really believe that will not happen. So if you think you're gonna get 20 inches, most likely it probably won't happen in that area. I really don't think it will. But we're gonna still just show it off just in case it does happen. I really believe it won't. It's like near St. Joseph, 12 inches. I really just believe this will not happen though. But I want to show this off still, just in case it could, even though it's very unlikely. So we'll continue to watch this though. Most likely this will not happen, so do not get your hopes up for 20 inches of snow. You'd have to get your shovels out for that. But thank you though guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And I'll try to give you another update on the snow and maybe the hurricane. Depends on which one I'll post tomorrow. I probably will do the snow, unless if we get any new information about Etta. But thank you though guys for watching. I know it's been a pretty long video, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.